Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Welcome back to a 100% Stardew Valley completion Let's Play. We are now entering the last week of summer, and we're actually doing pretty well. Now if you're new to this series, do not worry. Just look at the links in the video description and you will be able to catch up no problem at all. So we more or less have all of the Georgia development projects complete. We're now trying to save up enough hardwood to fix up the boat to get to Ginger Island. We have some remnants of crops left over. We did get a lot of starfruit, and some of that is being conjured up into starfruit wine. We have some kegs here inside the house. The rest of it is just lying inside a chest, waiting to be converted. We get a help wanted quest here. Marnie is looking for the ruby, so we'll try to get that done as quickly as we can. We're still on the lookout for as many prize tickets as possible, just to get all the goodies from Erlus's ticket machine. Now we are trying, very much so, to get an octopus before summer is finished. So we are going to spam fish today in the hopes to get an octopus. As we can see, luck isn't on our side. Eventually though, we did get an opportunity, and we seized that opportunity and we managed to put up the octopus after a huge battle. The octopus is by far the hardest fish you can get in summer. The crimson fish, in my opinion, pales in comparison when it comes to fishing difficulty. We're going to go to Robin, and we have enough resources now to get another fish pond. And the reason why we want to put this one on the farm is so that when we get into fall, we could put the angler inside it. So we have all of the summer fish caught, which is really good for the fishing collection. We're now doing some cave fishing. We got lots of ghost fish today, but what we're really down here for is to get a chance at the ice pip. Now the ice pip is actually a very tough fish. They are tougher fish, but it does spurt around quite a bit. If you don't have a big fishing bar, it can be quite nasty to pull up, but we have fishing skill maxed out, so it was easy enough to get. We also got our very first cave jelly. That is all of the jellies we need to make a fish smoker. We just have to buy the recipe off Willy for 10,000 gold, and it's absolutely worth it. We also pulled up the lava eel as well. So that is all of the cave fish done. We just have to get the fall fish and the winter fish, and we're more or less finished off with the fishing challenge. We also need the legend because we didn't get that in spring, but if we get some magic bait from the Ginger Island goodies, we can get that earlier rather than later. So we made some decent money today, over 1,000 gold there for the ice pip, which is nice. We're getting more crimson fish raw today. Now we will try to put aside some coal later on and make a preserve jar, so we can get a lot more value for that raw, but for now, we're just selling it raw. We're also going to talk to Krobus today, and he's going to unlock the mutant bug lair for us, because we have to go in there and get a dark talisman, just so we can get our hands on the wizard's terminal later on if we want to make those lovely warp obelisks. We're also going to get the star drop off of Krobus as well to increase our maximum energy. And while we're down here, we're going to go for the mutant carp as well. That is another legendary fish in the bag, and we can put that mutant carp inside the fish pond that's been built. We will have to make another one though for the angler later on. So we're going to give Marnie a ruby today, and that is another help wanted quest complete. And it's actually some pretty nice gold as well. We get 750 for that. Now we have over 25,000 gold there. We could go for the tool upgrade. We'll see how we get on later on. Now I'm going to make tons of rustic plank floors today. I need to get some sort of ground established for our lovely resins. Every time seeds or debris spawn into the farm, it makes collecting these resins a little bit harder. By putting rustic plank floors all along our trees here, it's going to make collecting these resins a walk in the park going forward. We're also going to go to Clint. We're going to pick up our gold pickaxe. Now that can be upgraded to an iridium pickaxe. We won't do it right now though. I want to go to the quarry with my pickaxe, get rid of all this debris, and I'm going to spend the whole day just organising this area. Now we're going to get rid of that mahogany tree. That's more hardwood for us. We do need 200 to fix up the hull on Willy's boat. Now I was going to tap all of these trees, but I decided to cut them down instead because I really need wood, and I also really need foraging XP. The only thing that's preventing us from getting mastery right now is combat and foraging. Now we hold up a Jack be nimble, Jack be thick book of power. It gives a permanent +1 defense. Defense is very nice when it comes to combat in Stardew Valley. The more defense you have, the less damage enemies will do to you. As we can see, it took us basically the whole day to get some sort of a path up here, but this is going to make life way easier for us in the future, because if we decide to cut down all these trees, it's going to be very easy to just reseed the whole place back up again, and we can rinse and repeat if we need tons of wood and tons of foraging XP. It's a great area to just go, take your axe out, and just lay waste to the trees that are up there. So we're going to put the mutant carp into our second fishing pond there. We will get Robin to build another for the angler later on. So we're going to spend this whole day cutting down trees. It is now time to put our socks up, tighten our belt buckle, grit our teeth, and lay waste to Stardew Valley with our axe. There is no other way to reach mastery. We're just going to have to do some grinding, and this is what we're going to do for today and tomorrow. It's just going to be cutting down trees, people. It has to be done. But we're going to get some serious benefits from doing this. We are going to get thousands upon thousands of wood. And we need wood for basically everything in this game, especially for kegs, for preserve jars. We're going to need so much wood. We do take a little break and we pay Clint a nice visit. We're going to get him to maximise our pickaxe. We have a gold, we will upgrade that to an iridium. We had the money, we had the bars, so why not? We do have all of the Jojo projects done for now, so any excess money we get we can just put towards tool upgrades. Now as we can see, we're now into the late evening and we are still cutting down trees. It would be really nice to get level 9 foraging today. If we pick up forageables off the ground, we get 7 XP for those. Now we do have the foraging perk where there is a chance we can pick up double foraging items. If we pick up double, we will get double foraging XP, so we get 14 instead of 7. So it's just a nice bonus. We can go to the secret woods as well. We get 25 XP for these stumps. These stumps regenerate every single day. So it's just a nice place to come down to and farm that area. It's some extra hardwood as well. Not only do we need 200 to fix up the hull in Willie's boat, we also need 100 to fix up the broken giant tree stump to start doing the raccoon quests as well. Now today we do get access to some maple syrups. We're going to keep those and we will convert those into lovely bee houses, and we will absolutely abuse fairy roses then come fall. We can get some nice fairy rose honey going on the farm. And because we're going to get access to Ginger Island soon, it might make more sense to put those in Ginger Island rather than put them on the regular farm, because they'll work on Ginger Island all year round and it'll just be an extra money maker that we have working away in the background when we do other activities. The more passive money makers we have, the easier it becomes to get lots of money in this game. As we can see, if we take a look at our skills there, we now have level 9 in foraging and we have level 9 in combat. So we're very close to getting access to the Mastery Cave. We just have to keep up the grind. We're cutting on a lot more trees today. Now the farm type we're using, if you're new to this series, is called the Fennmont Farm. And this farm is absolutely huge. Tons of trees to be cut down on this farm. Level 9 foraging gives us the recipe for the rain totem. That's very nice indeed. If we take a look at how much money we've earned today, we got 11,765 gold. That's not too bad. We're cutting more trees down today. Now we do get lucky today and we end up getting a book of power called Woody's Secret. We do get that later on, and it just gives us a 5% chance to get double wood off of a tree. And you might think to yourself, 5% is pretty small, but when you're cutting down hundreds of trees, you'd actually be surprised how much that effect actually activates. We're going to go to the tide pool area today as well, just to pick up all these forageables. It just means more foraging XP for us, and we can sell a lot of that stuff too for extra money. If we host stuff up from the ground as well, we get some decent foraging XP that way. We're going to go to Robin and we're going to make another fish pond. It would be nice when we catch the angler come fall to just toss it in straight away. We also get our very first batch of starfruit wine. Now that totals to 22,000 gold, but we're not going to sell it today. What we're going to do is, we're going to make some more kegs. We're also going to go down to the sewers as well, and we're going to respec our profession to artisan. At the moment we have it on agriculturist. All crops grow 10% faster. Now a respec does cost 10,000 gold, so I would only recommend respecing if it's actually going to be worth it for you. In this occasion, it will absolutely be worth it for us. The 40% increase that we get for that starfruit wine is so worth it. 10,000 gold, well spent indeed. We're now going to venture forth into the mutant bug lair. Now there is a fish that we can pull up here, but we're not going to put it up today. To be honest, I actually forgot about it. I was just so focused on getting the Dark Talisman. But we can come back down here anytime we want, and we can put up those fishies, no hassle at all. For now, we're going to wipe out all these mutant grubs. Now, they do drop some nice things. They drop algae soup. That's actually not too bad. It's an easy to acquire item. It gives 75 energy and 33 health. Because we now have the Dark Talisman, we can now visit the Witch's Swamp. And there's another fish there we can pull up as well for the fishing collection. But again, we can visit those areas anytime we wish. For now, we are just going to keep up the grind and we're going to keep cutting down wood stumps and trees. The Secret Woods is just such a great place for these wood stumps. We're also actually very close now to fixing up the hull for Willy's boat so we can get access to Ginger Island. These battery packs are also coming in fierce handy for money as well. Eventually we will save all of our lovely battery packs and we will turn those into crystallariums and iridium sprinklers. But for now, there's no harm just selling all these items, try to get a bit more money and get more tool upgrades. Speaking of which, we just got an iridium pickaxe back off Clint, which is really nice. We can now one-shot nodes inside Skull Caverns. We're also going to visit Willy and we're going to fix up his boat now. That's 200 pieces of hardwood and the hull has been sorted out. So we can now start going to Ginger Island on a daily basis if we so wish. Back on the farm, we're going to cut down our mahogany trees to get even more hardwood. We need 100 pieces of hardwood to sort out a home for the raccoon that will move in once we have that stump sorted out. So we're trying to farm as much hardwood as we can at the moment and at the same time increase our foraging skill. It's on 9 at the moment. Once we get it to 10, that will be a huge grind out of the way and we're only going to be halfway through the first year. I'm still not too sure on what mastery skill I will choose first. I am thinking about combat maybe and trying to get that parrot because it just makes, you know, farming enemies for gold way more fun. So we just fixed up the stump here. The raccoon will move in tomorrow and the raccoon will start giving us some quests. And some of the things you get from the raccoon are a book of power that makes getting items from weeds a lot more common. You can also get fairy dusts and you can even get those overpowered star drop teas. So it's definitely worth doing the quest for the raccoon. But also, if we want to 100% this game, we need to do all the quests for the raccoon anyway, and we have to build up the raccoon's family and make sure that they're fed and they're comfortable. So there's no way around it. We have to help out the raccoon to get 100% on this game. Even though it's not required for perfection, perfection is just one element to get 100% of Stardew Valley. We also have to worry about those mini games as well, and I haven't even looked at those mini games yet, but there will come a time where we will have to put a lot of hours into the Prairie King minigame so we can get good at it, so we can try to get those achievements. Here's just a nice cutscene here of Robert and Willy working together as a team fixing up the boat. We can now spend, I think it's 1,000 gold to get a ticket and get over to Ginger Island on a daily basis, which is nice. We made tons of money today, primarily from selling the starfruit wine that came to 31,500 gold. So it's just such a nice money maker. And we have a lot more starfruit in the chest ready to be converted into wines. We get more battery packs the next day. We're also going to sell those as well. Those Joja colas are coming in fierce handy because they give those little mini +1 speed buffs. So we need 5 mussels and a smoked tilapia to give to our raccoon friend here to complete the first quest. Now, if we don't pull up that tilapia, because you can't get it in fall, he'll just ask you for a different fish. We're also going to visit the dwarf as well, and we're going to get the dwarvish safety manual, and this gives us a nice defensive bonus against bombs. We'll also pick up the rare crow, and we'll get the weathered floor tiles as well. We need to craft every single item in the game to unlock perfection. Now the safety manual is very handy, 25% less damage from bombs. That makes a huge difference, especially if you're planting regular bombs and mega bombs. You know, especially mega bombs can do some serious damage to you. That book does help. So we are farming coal and iron ores today. But these dust sprites, there's also a kill count on these. If we get up to 500 kills, we will unlock the burglar ring. So monster eradication goals and mats to make bombs. We're prepping for another Skull Cavern run. It's also no harm to go to Ginger Island with lots of bombs because the volcano cave, you can get lots of golden wallets from detonating the ores. So if we can accumulate maybe anywhere between 30 and 50 bombs, we'll be in a really good place to make some decent progression over the next couple of weeks in Stardew Valley. Coming across diamonds like this, it just never gets boring. Now we are going to start saving all those diamonds. We need 10 diamonds to trade in for another book of power over on Ginger Island. It's called Diamond Hunter, and that book gives you a very powerful passive ability. It unlocks a very small chance, but a chance to get a diamond every time you pickaxe open a regular node. Now it doesn't work with bombs, but you'll be very surprised just how many diamonds you get when you have a very good iridium pickaxe and you're just swinging it left, right and centre. And it doesn't have to be nodes in Skull Cavern, it could be any node in the game. you can go to the starter levels of the mines, where all the bugs are, and you can just start breaking open nodes there. The last time we checked our monster eradication goals, we were about halfway through Dust Sprites. So we had in or around 250 Dust Sprites killed. So if we continue to farm these Dust Sprites over the next couple of days, we can have one of the longest, one of the most difficult monster eradication goals done and dusted. So we're now finishing up summer with the lovely jelly event, and the visuals are really nice here thanks to a couple of mods that I have been using. As per usual, if you're curious about what mods I am using, just check the description of the video. So a big thanks to everyone that continue to watch my lovely 100% Stardew Valley series. I really do appreciate you. A big shout out to all my channel members as well. We will be getting animals very soon on this file, and all of the animals will be named after our lovely cozy Stardew Valley members. So if you want your name to be on one of my upcoming videos, have a look at the memberships. Thanks again for watching, everyone.